Yahweh Olip, Jake Garwine and Marshallese videos. Hello everyone, and we welcome you to Marshallese videos. So, today we are going to do a quick lesson. We're going to talk about just a few different phrases, a few different, I've just kind of categorized these as like structure, sentence building words, some nouns, and then a interesting way to use possessives, and we'll get into that later. But just want to give you guys a taste of some of the ways that Marshallese people say things, and then let me know how I can build on this in the comments if there's anything else that would be helpful. So, Kwajda Bachik, what you doing? Like what are you up to, man? Man. And then Emanagayam that's just so you ask someone how they're doing. You can say Ejed mode, you can say Emanagayam mode, but this Emanagay just means so Emanagay it is good question. So you're asking about anything of someone's, you can just start it with that. Emanagay, is this thing okay? Is your son all right? Is your friend doing okay? How's your job? Managayam Jerbal. So helpful phrase there. Eworke, another helpful phrase here. Is there is what you're asking. So eworke menin tibang. Is there a thing of help? Anything you need help with? So some really useful stuff within these phrases. So if you guys start to like think about um, how to build other sentences with these phrases, just these couple phrases here, that's going to improve the amount of things you're going to say by a ton. So next we'll look into some of these, how I termed them as sentence building words, just some more useful words, I guess. So how, eliminamba, how do you say is kind of the first example that comes to my brain. Eliminamba shirt, like anything that you don't know how to say, that's your go-to. That's your como se dice if you took a Spanish class in high school. Eliminamba. Enno. So it's delicious. Elukun enno bawin. Elukun. This chicken is delicious. Elukun enno yapin. This fish is delicious. And we've got kilin or wewing. Just wanted to put this word in here. It's a very useful word that took me a while to learn. So kilin or wewing, they both mean way or how, honestly, but in a way that's like, I don't know how to do this, because it's kind of like saying I don't know the correct way to do this. So ijaje kilin, I don't know how. Do you know how to fish? So super useful words here. Marshallese people say them all the time. Magare is a great word just to say like really good at something. Oh, magare basket. I'm really good at basketball. Now we'll jump to some common nouns that you'll want to start building your vocabulary with. You just have to learn a lot of them, and then you look in the Marshallese dictionary. If you Google Marshallese dictionary, I like the second one that usually pops up on Google. Just come think of that's how you're going to learn all your nouns, is just going through huge lists. But anyway, so here's a good start. So we got kiru, koto, yuk, logic, ni, and these are all pretty prevalent things in the Marshall Islands. Now, here's what I was mentioning at the beginning. We've got an interesting way to make a word possessive. So this is not for, well, it's actually for a lot of different words that we do this. So lima is my drink. Limon, your drink. Limin, his or her drink. Limid, our, inclusive, including the listener. I'm including that person. Limum, not including the person I'm speaking to, which As you may have noticed, your drink and our exclusive drink is essentially the same thing. There might be like an accent under the M on your drink, but context is going to be the biggest giveaway for differentiating these two words. Limomi, y'all's drink. Limer, their drink. And to how you're usually going to hear this is like, Aibodeo lima. So like drinking water, ao, which is just means singular, lima. That's kind of the structure. Aibodeo lima, Mountain Dew, ao lima. Like that's how you say my Mountain Dew is Mountain Dew ao lima. So that's different from English. So that's something that you'll have to change in your brain a little bit. Now jumping to Kija, it's going to be very similar. Kija, Kijam, Kijam, Kijami, Kijir, Kijer. Basically, no, that's exactly the same. Neju, which means my son or my daughter, or it can mean like my phone, my pet. But it's Neju, my, and Nejum, Nejid, very similar. Once you learn a few of these, you know them all. So the D is for like we, for our, and just follow this same structure that we have in Lima, and you'll be good. Um, that may have been a little confusing on the Neju thing because it's like, but to give an example, to make it a little bit more clear, like Largo Neju, boy, Ao Neju, boy, like my son, is essentially what that means. Or Largo Neju, my daughter, Largo Nejiero. That's sorry, Nejier. Nejiero makes it two peoples, but that's two